It is widely considered by many that this is the greatest college football game of all time. The Texas Longhorns defeated the USC Trojans 41-38 in the 2006 Rose Bowl. Vince Young had the performance for the ages, and the USC dynasty officially came to an end. There were a lot of moments in the game that really cost USC, such as Reggie Bush deciding to pitch the ball, the refs not ruling Vince Young's knee down, and SC deciding to go for it on 4th down with about 2 minutes left in the game. If both teams were able to rematch, what would the outcome be? Sadly, we'll never know. Or could we? Thanks to whatifsports.com, I simulated a matchup between these two teams, and this game might actually top the original matchup. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe if you love college football. Make sure to turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. Just like the original game, USC jumped out to an early 7-0 lead. SC started on their own 32-yard line. They drove 68 yards on 11 plays, scoring a touchdown to give them the early lead. Back in 2006, it was Lendale White who put the Trojans on the board first. This time, it was Dwayne Jarrett, catching a 6-yard pass from Leinart. USC kicked it off, and Ramonce Taylor ran it back 84 yards to the USC 5. On 1st and goal, Selvin Young ran it in, tying the game at 7 apiece. The Trojans punted it on their next drive. A 34-yard catch by Brian Carter put the Longhorns within range of another touchdown. On the following play, Vince Young hands it off to Jamaal Charles, who ran it in from 7 yards out. The Longhorns take the lead 14-7 with 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Another unsuccessful drive resulted in a USC punt as they gave the ball back to Texas. Starting at their own 39-yard line, Texas began their drive. A 22-yard play from Billy Pittman put the Longhorns in field goal range. Texas then used the run game to their advantage, running the ball on 6 of their next 7 plays, getting to the 4-yard line before time expired at the end of the first quarter. Through the end of one, Texas leads 14-7. After a 2-yard run from Jamaal Charles, Selvin Young ran in his second touchdown of the game, giving Texas a 21-7 lead with just over 14 minutes remaining in the second quarter. After both teams exchanged punts, USC got the ball back with a little more than 10 minutes remaining in the quarter. On 1st and 10 from USC's 47, Lendale White picked up 46 yards on a draw play, running all the way to the 7-yard line. After 2 unsuccessful plays, it was 3rd and goal for USC from the 9. Matt Leinart dropped back and hit Steve Smith in the end zone for the touchdown. Texas now led 21-14 with under 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Texas would have 3rd and 9 on the following drive, but a 10-yard pass to Ramonce Taylor would give the Longhorns the first down. They drive down the field, but the USC defense stuffed them on the 16-yard line. Instead of going for it on 4th and 2, Texas opted to take the points and kick the field goal. David Pino hit from 33 yards, and the Texas Longhorns increased their lead 24-14. On 3rd and 6 from their own 32-yard line, Matt Leinart threw a dart to Dwayne Jarrett, who sped past defenders, taking it 68 yards for the touchdown. A quick minute-and-a-half drive for USC made the score 24-21 with 1 minute and 34 seconds left until halftime. Plenty of time for Texas to score again. On 3rd and 8 from their own 26, Vince Young completed a pass to Quan Cosby for 14 yards and the first down. The Longhorns had 3rd and long again, this time 3rd and 9. Ramonce Taylor ran it up the middle for 9, giving Texas the first down with 30 seconds left on the clock. The ball was at midfield, and the Longhorns had 1 timeout remaining. On 2nd and 10, Vince Young completed a pass to Charles for 14 yards. On the following play, Taylor ran it in from 36 yards, scoring the touchdown. Texas did miss the extra point, but they went into the locker room up 30-21 at halftime. In the original matchup, Texas led 16-10 at halftime. Matt Leinart was intercepted by Michael Griffin to begin the half. It was returned to the USC 41. On 3rd and 9, Vince Young hit David Thomas for the 17-yard gain. On 3rd and goal, Selvin Young ran it in from 5 yards for his 3rd score of the game. Texas would miss yet another extra point, but they would take the 36-21 lead with 9 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. USC's next drive took them 46 yards in 4 minutes, but they had to settle for a field goal. Mario Danello got all of it as he connected on a 47-yard field goal. With over 5 minutes remaining in the 3rd, Texas led USC 36-24. The score would remain the same to the end of the quarter as the Longhorns entered the 4th, leading 36-24. In the original matchup, USC led 24-23 as they entered the 4th. USC forced a Texas punt and got the ball back with 13 minutes remaining. On 2nd and 9 from the Texas 40, Lendale White took a sweep to the left for 40 yards, scoring the touchdown. SC got the extra point, and they trailed the Longhorns 36-31 with 10.5 minutes remaining. The next 2 drives resulted in punts, and Texas got got the ball back with 5.5 minutes left in the game. On 3rd and 6, Vince Young completed a pass to Brian Carter for 19 yards, giving Texas the first down on the 23 with under 4.5 minutes remaining. On 3rd and 1 from the 14, Ramonce Taylor gained a yard, giving the Longhorns the first down with now under 3 minutes left on the clock. Vince Young then completed a 9-yard pass to David Thomas, who took it to the 4-yard line. On 2nd and 1, Taylor got the handoff but fumbled the ball. Texas recovered the ball, 3rd and 1. Needing only 1 yard, Vince Young took the ball and ran it. A touchdown, likely icing the game and giving the Longhorns the victory. He couldn't get the yard, and it was 4th and 1. Decision time. Do the Longhorns try to get 1 yard and end the game, or kick the field goal and go up 8 with 2 minutes remaining? They opted to kick the field goal, and it was 39-31 Texas with 1:56 left in the game. After a holding call on USC, it was 3rd and 17 from them on their own 11-yard line. They needed 89 yards in under 2 minutes. Matt Leinart's pass was broken up on the next play, 4th and 17. With the game on the line, USC needed 17 yards to keep their season alive. And they got it. Matt Leinart completed a 31-yard pass to Steve Smith. A few plays later, USC had the ball on their own 46, 2nd and 6. Leinart completed a pass to Dwayne Jarrett, who ran for 12 yards before getting out of bounds. 45 seconds left on the clock, 2nd and 8. Yet again, Leinart goes to his number one weapon. He completes the pass to Jarrett for a 32-yard gain, and it is now 1st and goal from the 8-yard line, 37 seconds remaining. Leinart snaps the ball and hands it off to Reggie Bush, who pushes through the defense into the end zone. 2-point game. Needing a 2-point conversion to tie the game, Pete Carroll draws up a play. The Trojans line up at the line of scrimmage. Leinart snaps the ball and he throws it to Dominique Byrd, who catches it in the back of the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Tie game. Texas returned the kickoff to their own 39-yard line, but were unable to get into field goal range. The game heads to overtime. Texas gets the ball first to begin the overtime. 2 plays later, the Longhorns had 1st and goal on the 8-yard line. Vince Young tried to tuck it and run, but only managed 1 yard. 2nd and goal. His next pass to Selvin Young was incomplete. 3rd and goal. Vince Young then threw it towards the end zone, but it was out of the reach of Brian Carter. 4th and goal. Needing 7 yards, it was too far for the Longhorns to go for it. They kicked the 24-yard field goal, going up 42-39. An illegal motion on USC made it 1st and 15 before they could get a playoff. Matt Leinart tossed one to Dominique Byrd, who shed tackles before being brought down. It was a 14-yard gain, and it's now 2nd and 1. Reggie Bush got the handoff, pushed for 2 yards, giving USC the first down on the 14-yard line. Then, Matt Leinart pitches it to the right to Reggie Bush. Reggie takes the pitch, houses it for a game-winning 14-yard touchdown.
He gets it, goes to the outside with it. Oh, it's around the corner! The game is over. Southern California has defeated Texas to win the national championship of college football.
Game over. USC wins the national championship 45-42. In case you want to see the full stats from the game, I'm going to put them on the screen right now for you to take a look. The full stats will also be available in the description as well, so you can take a look there to see how players overall did in the game. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this was just a very fun simulation I thought I'd try out just to see what the outcome would be should these two teams meet again. And it was a very realistic outcome, I would say. Now, my biggest takeaway from this entire simulation is the fact that Vince Young had a dud of a game. He didn't have a single touchdown, and he only had about 270 total yards, compared to his 450 total yards he had in the actual game. Now, if he just would have had a couple of touchdowns, this game likely would have gone in a completely different direction. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this simulation. I know as a USC fan growing up, I sure did. I think I was 9 years old when that game happened, and all I remember is crying myself to sleep that night. So what other games would you like me to simulate in the future? Just a heads up, this website only goes back to 1996, so don't go having any games from the 70s, 80s, early 90s. It only goes back to 1996. Leave your comments below as to what games or what kind of ideas you have for me in simulations. I'm thinking of doing different like historical games from the last 20 years and seeing if the outcome would have been any different. I'm also thinking of using this tool to make like 4 or 8 team playoffs from certain years, like maybe from this past year, what an 8-team playoff would have looked like back in 2011 when there was a lot of controversy. What would a 4-team or 8-team playoff look like then? So kind of like little tournaments like that as well. So again, not only am I going to be simulating games, I can do fun things like that where I can make brackets. So if you have any bracket ideas of whether 4, 8, 16, 32, 24, anything like that, if you have any bracket ideas you'd like me to simulate, leave a comment below as well, and I might make a video on that.